Well, we just blew a tire. I'm not sure when this happened, but this one's bald completely right here.
Well, we just left the RV park that we've been staying at to relax the last couple of days since we crossed the border into Alaska. And we're filling up gas right now.
Diesel is cheaper here than gasoline. We've got a little bit of a grocery haul we need to do before we head down south from here. We're gonna go to a town called McCarthy. Nearby there is a glacier that we can hike to. We're gonna try to do that probably tomorrow or the next day. Do it. So we're gonna camp here for the night and then tomorrow go to McCarthy. I've heard that the roads are pretty rough, so wanted to get a good night's sleep and just deal with that tomorrow. I'll show you what it looks like for us, like just a typical evening boondocking in the middle of nowhere. Starting with the leveling jacks. Got a nice little Bluetooth app. I'll hit the auto button. The next thing we do is put the slide out. Obviously that gives us a ton more room. Now I gotta get the Starlink out so we can have internet because we have nothing. SOS. I'm gonna put my flannel shirt on because I don't want to get eaten alive by mosquitoes. I made a little system here to make it a lot faster to put the Starlink up. So all I have to do is come up here, pop that in, stick it into this mount, tighten the mount, and that's it. So now the next thing is to, oh, don't hit me. There's a mosquito already in here. So the next thing is to turn the inverter on, which is this little button right here. Hey buddy. Inverter's on, Starlink is on, and that's pretty much it. That's kind of how we get set up for boondocking. Roads, one of our soap bottles fell in the shower and it must have hit the shower handle, and the shower's been running for probably a long time and basically emptied our water tank. Madison just happened to see water running down all the way up front, and our clothes hamper is up there, so it was plugging the drain, and so it was just completely full. So we had to pull off and real quick and just use our freshly washed towels to mop all that up. But these roads are just so bumpy. I've been driving 20-25 miles an hour the whole way. Well, we got most of it dried up, I think. We'll definitely, once we get there, we'll definitely open everything up and under the bed and everything and let everything dry. And we got our little fan on some of the water spots, so we'll hopefully get that dried up. Whew, man, this road is brutal. We still have 45 miles to go.
It literally had a sign that said that they don't recommend people going down it.
Everything good? Water pump's off. We have 45 miles of this left. We will probably get there in, I don't know, at this rate, probably 2 hours. Going 20, 25 miles an hour. We just blew a tire. Luckily it was one of the back ones.
Today is just not our day.
Man, this is...
Is this...
I don't know what we hit. It just exploded. I mean, it just...
How old is this tire? Is this one of our new ones?
No, the front two are new. This is old. Okay. Didn't damage anything. Yeah, it's just this one here. That's why you have dualies. Changed.
Like, can I help you?
I mean, you can just video. Just take video. I gotta pay for these tires. Oh man. The good thing is we have leveling jacks. Let's get this thing off the ground. I feel like I'm cheating. Alright, we got it changed. Had a couple people stop and ask if we were alright. I don't know what happened. At least we got the new one on there. We're probably gonna get all new tires for the rear while we're up here. 8 miles to go. We made it to the campground, thankfully. No other tires were popped. This place is a little pricey for, it's basically boondocking. You're paying to stay on the land, so it was $35 a night. We've got 2 nights. Looks like they do have some outhouses, but that's really it. Wow, we get a view of the glacier, I think. Oh man, that was rough. That was rough going there for a bit.
That's probably the worst travel day we've ever had.
Probably, of all the stuff that's gone wrong. So far, this view, it's totally worth it. This is incredible. I mean, we see there's a glacier right there that we can see, these beautiful mountains. We got this lake in front of us, which actually might be a river. And we have a secluded campsite. Everybody else is back there because they're too big to get here. So we decided to kind of go and push it a little further and come here. We got our own picnic table. This is...
I mean, it is stunning.
Yeah.
I think that might be Root Glacier or Kennicott Glacier.
It is.
One of the
Yeah,
two.
because that right there is...
That's McCarthy.
That's Kennicott.
Oh.
Ollie's glad to be done too. We're excited to be here, and we probably need a couple hours to just like...
Yeah. Thank you for fixing our tire.
Of course. Thankfully, we have our Nomad from Clear Source, where we can pull water from creeks and fill our tank. Because we lost all our water on our way here, obviously, from the shower. It's basically empty. I mean, there's just a little bit left. That would have sucked to go the next 2 days with no water. So that's good news. It is 9:30 at night right now, and it is just so bright. And I mean, you can still see the sun like in the clouds and on the mountain tops. Sun doesn't go down until 11:17. Sunrise is at 3:49 a.m. Yeah, it doesn't really get dark here. So at night, what I've been doing is, luckily we have this, but I've been having to go and Make sure all of the curtains are shut completely, which I normally do that anyway. And then I usually, with our sunroof, I usually just leave it open because it's nice to have some like moonlight at night. We have to make it dark in here so we can sleep. So I've been putting the shade over lately, which I have to shut these doors to keep these windows blocked. There we go. In order to kind of simulate nighttime. That kind of helps, but when you wake up at like 1:30 in the morning and you look at one of the windows and you see daylight coming through, basically you're like, whoa. We're gonna get in bed and watch a show and try to fall asleep. We're here at Wrangell-St. Elias National Park. We're gonna hike to a glacier today. I think once we cross this bridge, we gotta wait for a shuttle that takes us about 5 miles to the little mining town here in McCarthy. And then from there, it's a 2-mile hike to the glacier, so it's really not that bad. We just walked through the town of Kennicott. It's an old mining town, and it was really amazing to see all those old buildings. And we're gonna stop by on our way through. We just wanted to get on this trail, Root Glacier Trail. That's what we're going on. This takes us to the foot of the glacier. It's only 2 miles from here, so not a bad hike.
Yeah, I didn't know that the Wrangell-Elias National Park, probably butchering the name, is actually the largest national park in North America, which is pretty cool, and the 3rd largest in the world. It also has 60% of Alaska's glaciers.
So a fun fact about this glacier, our shuttle driver was telling us that there was a few kids that lived here, and the glacier behind me here, it used to be so tall that the kids that lived here, they didn't know that there were mountains behind the glacier. They didn't know that these mountains right here existed because they couldn't even see them because the glacier used to be obstructing their view. So I thought that was pretty crazy. Of course, that was 100 years ago or so. Looked at the maps. We've got about a mile left to go until we're at the foot of the glacier, until we're walking on it. Really close to the glacier. We can see it pretty good now. I keep getting a cool breeze hit me every once in a while. I think it's actually from the glacier. We are officially on the glacier now. Get our crampons on, which are like 4-wheel drive for your shoes. This is our lunch spot on the glacier. Just a little rocky island here in the middle of the frozen wasteland here. But right next to this cool Zigzag Creek. That's what I'm naming it, Zigzag Creek.
You also dedicated one of these glaciers to me.
I did. I dedicated this glacier to Madison, so it's her glacier now. But we're gonna get some lunch, and I brought some root beers, so we're gonna crack open a cold root beer and enjoy it.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. I'm gonna put our root beers into the creek to make them nice and cold. Root beers, they're nice and chilled with glacier melt. That's good. I'm glad I brought these. The sugar will be a good boost of energy for the way back. Yummy?
Yep. salt and vinegar chips. That's ice cold. Refreshing.
This is really, really cool. Where are we right now? Well, we've seen all that we've wanted to see, so we're gonna head back to the RV. This was definitely worth the stop, for sure. We've decided to treat ourselves to some ice cream after this hike is over with, down at the little convenience store that they have. They've got coffee there too, just to reward ourselves because, you know, we did so good today. In total today, probably have hiked about 8 miles, or we will by the end of it. What's crazy, we're camping at this lake right here, and we can see the glacier from our bedroom window, which is just so cool.
We had such a fun time in McCarthy and Kennicott learning about the rich history of the mine and the town. There was so much more to do and see, but unfortunately we didn't have time for everything. If you want a true Alaskan experience, this is the place to explore. Thankfully, we didn't have any issues getting back down the road to our next town, Valdez. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.